Good morning students and welcome to our YouTube channel Nine Model School. In the previous video we have just completed our previous chapter, that was our earth and the moon. Okay students, now we will start with our new chapter, that is chapter number 7, natural disaster and the calamities. So first of all, what is natural disaster? Okay, so natural, the disasters which are caused by the nature, that is known as the natural disasters, and the calamities also. So what are natural disasters? Like earthquake, tsunamis, and this all things is known as. So here, reading first of all the first paragraph, that is, nature can be calm and peaceful, but natural disasters are example of nature and are most fearful. The Government of India's Disaster Management Committee periodically issue notice in newspaper to educate the public on what do in the event of natural disaster such as earthquake, cyclone, tsunamis or flood. This is so that the people are prepared and do not panic. So here we know that when there is a disaster like earthquake, tsunamis, cyclones or flood, then a government guideline is there so that what you have to do and what the things you don't have to do. Okay, so a government guideline is given. So here, according to that government guideline, if there is an earthquake, so they will say that you have to just go in the open ground where there is no buildings and that also. Due to earthquake, all will just can fall down. There will be an chances of it. So here, the first, that is earthquake. First natural disaster, that is earthquake. Earthquakes. Earthquake. So here it is written, the land that we stand upon is very firm. The earth crust is thin compared to the size of the earth. Deep inside the earth, it is so hot that the rock are in a molten or semi-solid. The crust is made up of several plates that floats on the molten rock. When two plates collide or when there is a pressure deep inside the earth, that is known as the earthquake. So here, first of all, we will write what is earthquake. See here, when two plates collide or when there is pressure deep inside the earth, there is an earthquake. Okay, there is an earthquake. Okay students, so what is earthquake? If it is asked in the question, then you have to say that when two plates collide or when there is a deep inside, pressure deep inside the earth, there is an earthquake. Okay, so this is the earthquake. When two plates or there is more pressure inside the earth, then the earthquake happens. Okay, so the earthquake is further divided into many of the categories. That the earthquake, so it sometimes it is small earthquake, sometimes it is very big earthquake that all the buildings just fall down. So moving further, here you can see in the given below, do you know that is all over the world about 8,000 micro earthquakes occur every day, which we can't feel but are recorded by seismograph. New Zealand is rocked by around 15,000 earthquakes a year. So some are earthquakes which we can't feel. So here they are like all over the world. In a day there are 8,000 earthquakes. In a day there is 8,000 earthquakes all over the world. But we can't feel some of the earthquake. When it just increases its effect, then only we can feel its feel it the earthquake. Then moving further, that is earthquake are natural phenomena that occurs when there is a sudden movement with the earth crust. So earthquake just happens when there is a sudden move in the earth crust. So the earthquake occurs thereafter. There are minor earthquake almost every day. There are minor earthquake almost every day. So what happens, which we do not notice at all, but once in a while the earth shakes so violently that a building collapses, bridge breaks and electric wire get snapped, then only we can just see that there is an earthquake. So there are some of the minor earthquake which we can't feel, and there are some of the major earthquake that we can see, feel, and also destroy some of the things. Okay, then after moving further, that is in India there have been several earthquakes in recent past at Latur in Maharashtra, Bhuj in Gujarat, and Jammu and Kashmir. On each occasion many people were killed and many more becomes homeless. They had to live in tents and relief camps for many weeks till their houses could be built again. So, due to earthquake, what happens? Some of the pupils have to live in tents and relief camps. Why? Because what happens? Due to the earthquake, their houses just fall down, and if it is fall down, then to renovate their house and rebuild that house, there should be where they up till where they just live. Okay, students. So moving further, we know where the earthquake zones are, but it is not possible to predict when there will be an earthquake. The following safety measures can be taken in an event of earthquake. So there are some of these safety measures that are: first one, if you are inside a building when there is an earthquake, run out if possible, but do not use a lift or elevator. So some of the precautions that it is to be safety measures that is to be done, that is safety measures. That the first one is if you are inside a building when there is earthquake, run out if possible, but do not use lift, or elevator. glass windows, doors get something strong such as bed or table shield your face. Here, the first point, safety point, that is when there is an earthquake and you are inside a building, then what you have to do? If you are inside a building when there is an earthquake, run out if possible, but do not use or lift or elevator. Why? Because due to the earthquake, many times the lift and the elevators just break down, and you will just you will be inside the lift or elevator, then it can harm to you. The second one, that is when the shaking stops, go outside and stay there. Second one, when the shaking stops, when the shaking stop, go outside and stay there. Stay there. There may be aftershocks. Aftershocks. An aftershock is a smaller earthquake that occurs after a major earthquake. Here, what happens when there is a major earthquake? Then, when it stops, you have to just fast move out of that building or anything. So, when the shaking stops, go out and stay there. There may be aftershocks. So, what is an aftershock? That is, aftershocks means it is when there is a major earthquake, then after it minor earthquake came. Okay, when there will be a minor earthquake, that is known as the aftershocks. Okay, students, moving further. So, in places such as Japan, where earthquakes are very common, buildings are designed to be earthquake proof. Here we have heard about the bulletproof. Okay, but here it is earthquake proof. So what happens in the building? In the building, at the bottom of the building, there are some of the springs like structure is done so that the earthquake is there, then it will not affect as much as the earthquake is there if the springs are not there. Springs like structure is just there inside it. Okay, students, moving further, then we can see here it is tsunami. Okay, so but moving further, before that, what we just do, we just revise the earthquake. So first of all, what is earthquake? That is when two plates collide or when there is pressure dip inside the earthquake, there is an earthquake. So safety measures, that is if you are inside a building when there is earthquake, run out of if possible, but do not use lift or elevator. Then after, when the shaking stops, go outside and stay there. There may be aftershocks. Okay, so this is all about the earthquake. Now we will just move towards the tsunamis. Okay. So, tsunamis tsunamis are huge ocean waves that are usually caused by the underwater earthquake. So here, what is tsunami? Let us write that. So tsunamis are huge ocean waves that are usually caused by an underwater earthquake underwater earthquake. So here what is tsunami? As we can feel the earthquake which just when the two plates just are collide with each other, then we can feel the earthquake. But what happens is when these two plates collide with each other, so if it is minor then we can't feel the earthquake, but if it is major then we can feel the earthquake. Okay students, so what happens here in tsunami also there is same. When the plates are just collide with each other minorly, then it will not be tsunami, it will be their waves will be more. And then after if the plates just collide majorly, then we can feel the tsunami. Big waves are formed in this. Okay, see here we are just reading that they are caused by underground volcano eruption, or if there is a landslide into the water from nearby reef displays thousands of tons of water. The waves cannot be noticed in the open sea, but they can be reached height up to the 30 meter when they approach the coast. The eastern coast of peninsular India was hit by a tsunami in December 2004 that destroys whole town. Here tsunami can destroy whole town. Okay students, here it can be said that so tsunami can just destroy the water which is in sea, just can reach up to height up to how many meters? It can reach up to the 30 meters. So what can happen? It just make the height and it will just come in the town and also destroy one of the towns. So here it is given the eastern coast of peninsular India was hit by tsunami in December 2014 that destroys whole town. It has destroyed whole town. Okay students, moving further, tsunami approaching the coast. You can see here the picture is given. And here it is, animal can sense it when a tsunami is approaching in 2004. While thousands of people died, no dead bodies of animals were found. They had moved to the safety of higher grounds. Here, animals can sense that there will be a tsunami. So what happened in 2014? Many of the dead bodies of human beings were there, but there was no dead body of the animal. They just moved to the higher places where the tsunami can't come. Here tsunami warnings can be given and people evacuate to higher ground. Tsunamis are common in sea around Japan. Tsunami is a Japan word meaning heavy wave. Okay, meaning heavy wave. It is a Japanese. In Japan there is no tsunami in the area near the Japan, so they have given the name, that is what they have given, heavy wave, that is tsunami. Okay students, moving further to the volcanic eruption. So what is it? It is what? That volcanic eruption. Then we have seen about the volcano which just come out, and inside the earth crust there is a volcano which just there is an some of the collider inside it, and it just have the earthquake and many of the natural disaster. But that we will see in the next video. Okay students, we just came up to the here. Okay, so in your homework what you just do is read and write. Earthquake, earthquake and tsunamis. Read and write about earthquake and tsunamis. Okay students, we will meet in the next video. Okay, bye students.